Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your June 2024 general readings. We are looking at the first half of June, roughly from the 1st through the 15th, and this reading is for the water sign of Cancer. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. You are most welcome here, and thank you for taking the time to be here to watch these videos. It is a blessing to me. Thank you. Okay, Cancer, if your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign is in Cancer, this video is for you. If you are cross-watching for a Cancerian, this video is also relevant. Of course, it is a general reading, so it may resonate a little differently for everyone who watches. But if you know any or all of your other sign placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, watch those videos as well for any additional insight or perspective. And if you find something really does hit home with you, it really does resonate, and you'd like to maybe take a deeper look at it, or you simply like the reading style. If you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself, or perhaps as a gift for someone else, please feel free to email me directly at Maggie1Maguire@gmail.com. You can see that contact info by clicking the description of this video. I would love to hear from you. I can usually respond with more information within 24 hours. I do offer a pretty wide variety of readings in all areas of life, different types, lengths, budgets, spreads. There's something in there for everyone, and I'm pretty diligent about timely scheduling of personal readings as well. So if you're interested, email me. I'd be delighted. All right, Cancer, let's move right into this and see what the first half of June looks like for you. I am using the Royal Deluxe Tarot, clarifying with the Gilded Tarot, both by Ciro Marchetti. And we begin with the King of Swords, the King of Air, the King of Intellect. Interesting, he's seen here with, is that a falcon, a peregrine falcon, who are known for their keen sight, their keen vision, truth, honor, justice. He can be very straightforward, very direct sometimes. He can sometimes come across as a bit reserved. You know, he's the king of intellect, king of air, which governs our intellectual landscape. But that's just his presentation. He's showing up here as significant. Of course, in a general reading, it could be female as well. Or someone that just manifests like the king of air. With that, we have the devil, which typically represents obsessive energy, which can be negative or it can be positive. I always say that the obsessive energy of the devil is positive in the short term. Like, you know, if somebody has fallen madly head over heels in love with you and they just think you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, and, you know, they're like obsessed with, you know, I mean, as long as it doesn't border into the dangerous stalker kind of thing, right? Or if you're working to build up your business or trying to finish a degree, it's about putting the majority of the energy into one area to the detriment of other areas. In the short term, if you're trying to accomplish something, that's when it can be positive, the energy of this devil. Beyond that, it starts to become behavior patterns, addictions even, because there's that tempting element, so it keeps stringing it out and stringing it out and stringing it out. In the short term, it's okay, but in the long term, it becomes an unhealthy or even toxic behavior pattern or addiction. So what this is in regards to the King of Swords, we'll clarify. Not sure yet. Could be positive, could be challenging. Next, we have the Hanging Man. Not taking any particularly decisive action yet, waiting, watching, maybe seeking advice from other people, trying to get a different perspective, which is a bit of a maybe uncomfortable temporary self-sacrifice. But often we do this so that we don't charge forward and making mistakes that we might later regret. Typically positive. Sometimes we can linger in that energy too long, though, and become paralyzed. With that, we have the Ace of Swords, which is the epiphany. Aces represent the start of something new because they're the number one. A new opportunity. This is the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Air. Typically represents new perspective, new information, truth revealed, the light bulb going off of your head, the epiphany. So you're waiting to see this. You're waiting to gain new perspective, new information. Next, we have the Eight of Wands, which is action, Eight of Fire, moving forward in a very strong, precise, focused, assertive way. could be travel for some of you. The Hierophant, the tradition, the norm, the tried and true. It's that institutional energy, the tried and true path, the norm or the traditional path. Can represent corporations, institutions, marriage, religion. From the bottom of the deck, the overall focus and theme for the first half of June, Cancer, is the Five of Wands, which is a card that denotes conflict. It can be internal conflict within yourself about what to do about something, external conflict with someone else or other people, or a combination of both of those things. Kind of going around and around and around, not coming to any resolution. Competitive energy, sometimes petty drama. Let's take a look at that overall energy of the Five of Wands. The Nine of Swords, fear of an unknown future. If I do this, this horrible thing will happen. If I do that, this horrible thing will happen. It's a card of dwelling on something too much, obsessively, and with like the worst possible negative outcome until it gets blown up in your head so big that it has almost a paralyzing effect. You don't know which way to turn. I feel like there's a decision to be made here, and you're almost paralyzed from like a deer caught in the headlights, because you're like, well, if I do this, it could be the worst mistake of my life and these horrible things could happen. But if I don't do this, that could also be the worst thing in my life, and this wonderful thing might never happen. So like, it's like that internal conflict. Yeah, Two of Pentacles, trying to make a choice. Five of Cups, grief, loss, sorrow, regret. It's like there's a decision to be made here on whether to move forward on something, and you're almost paralyzed with fear either way. You're trying to imagine how it's going to go, which we can only do to a certain point. And it's like you're imagining like the worst possible outcome on each path, and so you get paralyzed at this crossroads energy. Let's take a look at this King of Swords. Who or what is this King of Swords to Cancer? The Sun, light, love, warmth, laughter, illumination, pressures being uplifted and relieved. The Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords again. Someone bringing the light, someone bringing the news, someone bringing illumination and clarity. And yet the Two of Swords with the Devil, with the Hanging Man again, with the Devil, with the High Priestess, with the Devil. I feel like this King of Swords is trying to get you to... I feel like their motives are good, and I feel like the King of Swords is trying to get you out of a stuck place. And you are almost toxically stuck because you're afraid of the consequences of your decision either way you turn. I feel like you have, with the High Priestess, an intuitive sense of which is the best path for you, but you're afraid to make it, and so in looking at what the consequences will be, you might be, and I'm not saying that the consequences they'd be challenging. You might have to leave something behind, break a cycle, leave behind people, places, situations. There's a change here potentially, and it's always challenging to go through the different things that it's going to cost us to go forward on a new beginning. But I think you're so afraid of your consequences either way that it's gotten you paralyzed. And I think that you've been in this position for quite a long time. So it's a very stuck feeling because you've taken a long time getting stuck. And so it's challenging to, while you may dream of a new path, when you're actually presented with a way here, you're afraid to act because you're afraid of the consequences. Hanging Man and the Ace of Swords. Waiting and watching to see how the truth will play out. Okay, we have the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune. This is unexpected, significant change which Spirit brings in order to put you on the right path. For some of you, again, I feel like the fear that's holding you back is the fear of this, that, fear of the unknown, fear of catastrophe, fear of like, I don't know how this is going to work out. It's kind of like, it feels like you've been stuck in a situation of some kind. And partly of your own making, because you've made the decision to stay there. It could be a bad job. It could be a relationship that isn't quite in alignment with you. It could be a variety of different things. I feel like there's a new opportunity here. I feel like there's actually a new person behind that new opportunity in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like you've been in this stuck area for so long that even though you've dreamed about a different path or dreamed about a different life, you're afraid to act because you're afraid it's going to cause catastrophe, and that you'll be making a mistake that you'll regret. It's kind of like better the devil you know than the one you don't. But then things take off here. 8 of Wands, the Hierophant. The King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, male or female. The King of Earth, the King of Stability, the King of Finance, the King of all things even and tempered and balanced, and somebody who's generous, worked hard to get there, likes comfortable things, very good at navigating the day-to-day life of financial material things, somebody showing up as significant. The World and Temperance, bringing a cycle to a close for balance, bringing in balance. Perhaps to a situation which was out of balance. There's this opportunity here. Death, Ace of Pentacles, and then 2 knights, Knight of Swords and Knight of Pentacles. Lots of earth and air energy here. I mean, not to say it couldn't be love and romance too, but there's practical components and practical aspects of this. Again, it goes back to the same thing, regardless of whether this is work, career, or love life. There's an opportunity for a way out of a long stuck situation, maybe even that you've dreamed of, but now that the opportunity is here, you're afraid to act. You're afraid it might be a mistake. You're afraid of leaving this stuck but known situation that you're in. The new one is so new and so potentially transformative that it's scary. I mean, that's the gist of this whole reading. So let's end with some advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. I'm not sure who these 2 men are. They appear to be significant. Again, that could be females because this is a general reading. Advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. This feels complicated. For some reason, it's making me think of the Leo reading. And I often feel like I pick up energy from a group of you who are on the cusp of Cancer and Leo, because sometimes your readings are very similar. Advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit for Cancer. I hope I didn't say Leo. This is for Cancer. All right. The 8 of Swords. Stop giving yourself all the reasons, excuses, and justifications for keeping yourself in a stuck situation. This is somebody who's like, yeah, I'm in this situation. I can't free myself from it because there's a lot of external challenges and it feels like it's too hard. And I can't because of this, and I can't because of that, and I can't because of the other thing. Reasons, excuses, justifications, because we're afraid. Doesn't mean that there aren't challenges to overcome. It looks like there is. But the only thing keeping this person trapped is the swords. Governing element is air, which governs this. Belief systems and ideologies. That's what's holding you back. The reasons, the excuses, the justifications. The Chariot. Success through challenges by staying focused, determined, and persevering. There are challenges to overcome, external elements, I think, to overcome. There might be other people, there might be logistics involved, but it's doable. Here's that King of Swords again, showing up again. The Ten of Cups, happy home, happily ever after, marriage, proposals, family. Ooh, the Two of Cups, soulmate, kindred spirits. The Ten of Pentacles, long-term security and stability. Especially with the Hierophant, it's marriage. Maybe it's marriage for some of you. Maybe it's moving or relocating. Maybe it's a combination of all of those things. It's hugely potential. There are challenges that will need to be overcome, but it's well within your purview and your skill set to be able to overcome them. It feels like this, that somebody cares about you very much and wants the absolute very best for you. So I'm going to leave it there. Interesting reading. I'm going to leave it there, Cancer. Those are your readings. Those are your messages for the first half of June 2024. I hope that what Spirit has shown us here has been useful, has been helpful, has at least given you a perspective, something to chew on. Again, if it did resonate, if it really did hit home and you'd like to pull the curtain back on it a bit, maybe take a deeper look, or you simply like the reading style, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself as a gift for someone else, email me, Maggie, @gmail.com. You can see that contact info by clicking the description to this video. I would be delighted to hear from you and to work with you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the June mid-month readings. Until then, stay well, stay safe, be happy, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.